As most bodybuilders know, the upper legs are not only the largest, but they are also the most powerful muscles of the entire body. In most moving sports, powerful legs are essential for athletic success. There is no sport in which the thigh development is more important than in bodybuilding, where the leg represents over 50% of the entire body.
Hey, they asked me, why didn't you go in Olympia this year? I said, I had to work legs today. I can't miss a leg day. They say I have weak legs, I can't miss a leg day. What the hell?
Show us your thigh. Well, here's my thigh.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the pain zone. It's a segment of my life that'll always stand out.
This is where life and death pass in front of your eyes. You gotta give it that much and demand that. And when you do, the nice thing about when you do demand that much, you will.
I will now show you all the weight training exercises needed to build your thighs to their fullest potential.
You know, my whole career was built upon instincts, knowing what to do when I'm in the gym. Early in my career, 28 years ago, he had no scientific knowledge. He had no seminars. I did everything with instinct. That was my gift. It was my genetic trait. Some guys have two earrings, some I had that gift of knowing what to do in the gym, based upon what feels good.
That I was blessed with, and the thing that really made my career and that is what I'm all about is instinct. Knowing what to do in the gym based upon what feels right. Becoming the muscle. And as a muscle, I wanted to become huge. I wanted to become monstrous. I wanted to become as freaky as I possibly could be. My style was to go beyond. I just didn't want to get up there and look good. I wanted to walk on stage and have the judges drop their pencils and go, oh my God, what the hell is that?
And that's exactly what he did. He shocked the golden era because nobody had ever seen legs like that before. Legs that many still consider the best to this day. All the mass built under just a barbell, thanks to the most basic, brutal movement in the gym, the squat.
Totally tight condition. Everything is pushing you down and up, both. You don't relax the bottom or during the course of the motion. Head up, my head's always up, keeps my back straighter. I was trained by weightlifters, not powerlifters, weightlifters. And they taught me that the squat rack was the altar. When you genuflect in front of the squat rack, it's where life and death will take place every workout. Best thing to do is to get deep breath on the way down. Hold it and hold it in your abdomen. And get your abdomen tight, and so you bounce, blow out the air when you go up.
Squats.
Squats.
You got the squats work the whole body. Gotta get that squat in there. Leg presses, it's a day you'd want to have a break.
When you're coming down, you want to make sure that as you get to the bottom, you burst up.
Squatting's like a special place. A special place you go, and it's like where nobody else goes sometimes.
And as we say in the bodybuilding world, you're not a man until you do squats.
In the old days, we used to always leave space between the plates, so the plates would jingle, so the plates would make noise. When you came up from the squat, drove at me and completed the rep, go, boom! Big throat roar every
Good. We always say you're not a man until you do squats. Believe me, there's no other movement can take the place of squats to build an overall mass and power.
10.
That's right, 31-inch in the 70s. He showed that 31-inch thighs were possible in a time where nobody saw this before. There's a certain feeling when you walk into the gym knowing it's leg day. The atmosphere feels heavier, the weights seem bigger, and every lifter in the room knows what's coming. Leg training was never easy, and it was never meant to be easy. When it comes to squats, the golden era had many variations, like this piece of equipment you're seeing here. We've already covered the back squat, now it's time for another classic leg builder. Welcome to the front squat.
Focal point for this exercise is place more on the quads than the knee, the hip, less on the hips and the butt. Or use the board to elevate my heels, gives me better balance.
A classic movement that shifts more focus to the quadriceps. The bar resting across the front of the shoulders, the legs are pushed to work even harder through every repetition. Lower with control, drive up with power.
Also, whenever I'm squatting, I always take a 2-minute break between sets because this exercise demands quite a bit of energy and oxygen unless you recuperate more. This exercise is much more difficult than a regular back squat, but the benefits are tenfold in the fact that it allows more leg to be involved, more well-developed quadriceps, not hips. This is my third set. The most difficult part of this exercise, of course, is getting the bar properly balanced on the shoulders.
Tom Platz believed that if you truly wanted massive legs, you didn't need dozens of exercises. In his view, 2 movements would be enough to make your quads grow.
There are really 2 exercises that I believe are tremendous, very useful for leg development. Those being the squats and the hack squat, which we're about to do now. Now, the hack squat is a very effective exercise combined with the regular squat. Years ago, I attempted to do front squats. Front squats were very difficult for me. I couldn't control the bar. My concentration went to controlling the bar rather than to putting the concentration into my legs. And so therefore I adopted this magical exercise, this fantastic exercise, that being the hack squat. Now the hack squat, again, like the squats, must be done right. And I'm going to show you how it should be done. Based upon your physiological function, and based upon your specific anatomy, you want to make changes in your setup, changes in your form. I would suggest, however, putting the legs all the way back on the platform and standing like a duck. Standing like a duck. In other words, when I stand like this, the stress gets put on my outer thigh. The whole idea behind the hack squat is that you want to develop the outer thigh, giving you the illusion of this monstrous teardrop. You've heard that term, teardrop. Now, when I bend down and get down on the hack squat, I push from my toes. I'm up on my toes. I push from my toes, and I'm putting the pressure on the sides of my legs. I complete the movement. The whole idea is basically to develop the lateral head more so, or at the expense of the other heads, giving you that shapely look that you want. Whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, it doesn't matter. This is the way it should be done. And as I develop the exercise and go up and down, I keep my back flat to the machine. Now, when I get ready for a show, I'll bring my hips up, thereby putting the stress even higher.
A little harder there, the guy. A little harder. That's it, right. Now you want it. 6. 7, 8.
So I focus on driving through the pain. The pump after this one has to be felt to be believed.
Outer sides of your legs, your feet. You want to push from this part of your foot.
Look at those quads.
Develop the outer head, and you'll get legs.
Big D, go a little further, man. Come on. A little further, Mike. Go faster. Come on. That's it. Everything.
I go to lunges, a crucial exercise for maximal thigh separation and shape.
The lunges are one of my favorite exercises. This is an incredible leg builder.
A lunge is really a one-legged squat.
placing the bar on your back, you step forward. This helps stretch the thigh muscles. At the same time, it builds the front of the thighs, the hamstrings, and the buttocks. Make sure that you point your feet forward so that you can balance yourself. Notice how I control the weight. Remember, keep the back straight, head up, and try not to touch the floor with your knee. The same exercise could be done with dumbbells. The weight offers resistance, thus making your legs work harder. The same technique applies as with the barbell. Keep the dumbbells parallel to your side. Make the legs do all the work.
I use an Olympic barbell, although some might find dumbbells more conducive to better balance. I like to use a short stride, about a 1 foot step, which I believe works the front thigh more, as opposed to the longer stride, which gets more hamstring. I land on my heel first, purposely, before letting the front of my foot make contact. This aids my balance tremendously. I bend the rear leg as the knee travels out over the toe. Again, this stretches the front quad, which results in super separation. A dual rep on one leg, return to a standing position, and then do the opposite leg. I prefer very high reps here, 15 to 20 for 3 sets. The weight starts off at 155, then 185, and finishes with 205. People who don't believe weight training gets you aerobically fit should try going through this leg workout with me. My heart's pounding like a freight train after 20 reps in the lunges, so let's see that exercise again. I have to really blitz the outer sweep to keep my proportions. It's a constant battle to do what's needed rather than what you want to do. But it's what the winners do, so that's what I do.
Forgotten exercise by modern gyms, but once a staple of old school training.
My last pre-contest quad exercise is Sissy Squats, and I always do them at the end of my workout. They, like lunges, promote separation in the legs by stretching the muscle through the range of motion. I do them last to open up the tightly contracted quads and get even more blood to the muscle. Holding on to an upright support for balance, I hold a 25-pound plate across my chest, rise up on my toes, and slowly bend my knees, but not my hips. I consciously lean back to create even more stretch, and my hamstrings are resting on my calves. This is an excellent quad isolation exercise. I am still leaning back to keep the tension constant. Continuous tension and full range of motion are the keys here. By not bending at the hip, the quads have nothing to share the tension with. They get all the pain. I sometimes superset these. Now that's a combo.
Here you see 90s bodybuilder Paul DeMey, whose nickname was Quadzilla, performing the Sissy Squat after heavy squats. forgotten exercise that always delivers results. Back in the 70s, there were no fancy machines for every angle, no perfectly engineered movements. Here, a golden era bodybuilder turns two simple cables into an inner thigh builder. This is what made the golden era different. They didn't wait for the perfect machine to be invented. They didn't have the machine, so they became the machine. An exercise with pure quadriceps doing the work. Welcome to leg extensions, an exercise passed down through generations. In the golden era, this exercise served multiple purposes. As a warm-up to flood the quads with blood before heavy compound lifts. Others used it as a finisher, chasing that final burn, that final contraction, until you couldn't walk normally anymore.
One of the most popular pieces of equipment is the thigh extension machine. This exercise works the lower part of the thigh. The proper way to do it is to extend your legs out, stopping at the top of the movement and fighting the weight down. This builds the muscle known as the teardrop muscle or the vastus medialis. It's also a great shaper. Notice how I lock at the top position and flex my thighs. I never rush this exercise. Remember to lock and flex. Get the feel of the exercise, making sure that your thighs do all the work.
I like to do high reps on my legs, 15 to 20 reps per leg extension set, going for a full stretch to a pause peak contraction set the quads on fire. Here's where I really concentrate on flexing my thighs through the range of motion. I work up from 130 pounds to 170, then 190, 210, and stack the machine at 250. Remember, all leg extensions are different, so use the right weight for you.
It wasn't about moving the whole body. It was about isolating the muscle and making it work harder and harder with each rep. The machine locks you in. The only thing that can give up is you.
Yeah, just for you, Mike. Just for you.
Harder, a lot heavier for me, boy.
Just enough to blow you away the next 3 years.
I'll see you in Italy in 89.
All right.
Me and you. Nobody else. In the death medal, me and you, big boy.
Okay, you better bring your lunch.
Don't run for me. Don't run for me next year, buddy.
Okay.
I like the one-legged version better because of the fact that I can concentrate more on what I'm doing. Usually in most cases, one side of your body is not as strong as the other. You favor the side that's stronger.
quadricep is what you are. You are quadriceps. And you're addicted. You're addicted to quadricep tension.
How much have you improved? How much better and bigger is your physique going to be this year than last year?
Well, this year I've been able to pack on 10 more pounds of solid muscle.
This machine is our last opportunity to use the old, one of the vintage machines that where it all started.
After peaking out in weight, I also like to drop down to 160 on the leg extension and then 130 pounds for 2 more high rep sets. Again, it's impressive to use monster weights, but after a couple of high rep leg supersets, you'll know what most people choose to do low rep sets. They don't hurt near as much as high rep sets do. The high reps burn leaves no doubt in my mind about what high intensity leg training is all about.
Next up, hamstrings work. Hamstrings are also known as the biceps of the legs.
Leg curls are very important for adding length and developing the hamstring muscle. Remember, if you only have a hamstring, you only have half a leg.
We also have the leg bicep, or the back of the thigh.
Strong hamstrings don't just complete the legs, they complete the physique.
Give it all you got.
Developing this muscle is a must for bodybuilding competition, as well as major sports.
Another popular variation was the standing leg curl, training one leg at a time while isolating the muscle even further. Others preferred one leg at a time while lying down, ensuring each hamstring was fully activated and developed equally without letting one side dominate.
This is a great exercise to strengthen the leg bicep.
Just as the biceps bend the arm at the elbow, the hamstrings bend the leg at the knee. As you perform the curl, contract the hamstrings the same way you would squeeze your biceps, visualizing the muscle growing bigger and stronger with every rep.
Notice how I balance my body by placing my arm in the front of the machine. I've adjusted the pad to fit right on the heel. I curl very slow and control the action. I do not let the weight drop. I resist all the way down and I bring it up as high as I can, flexing the hamstring at the top of the movement.
I'll do 6 sets of these.
You heard that right, 6 sets of hamstring curls. During the golden era, bodybuilders often pushed their workouts further than most do today. Lifters believed in volume, set after set, pumping up the muscle, stretching the fascia, and leaving the hamstrings completely exhausted.
On my last set.
Too easy.
Listen to this classic Arnold mindset technique that he talked about in his autobiography. When Arnold was a young bodybuilder in the late 1960s, his calves were considered his weakest body part. Compared to the rest of his physique, they were small. Instead of hiding them, Arnold did something unusual. He cut off all his training pants and only wore shorts in the gym. This made his weak calves very visible. Other bodybuilders would comment, laugh, or point out the weakness. Arnold said he did this on purpose. His reasoning was simple. If everyone can see your weakness, you cannot ignore it. The embarrassment and constant reminders forced him to train calves brutally hard. Arnold started training calves with extremely high volume. Calf raises every workout, often 500 plus reps per session. Heavy donkey calf raises, standing calf raises, seated calf raises, he did them all. The result, within a few years, his calves became one of the most impressive in bodybuilding history. The time he was winning the Mr. Olympia titles in the 1970s, they were thick, diamond-shaped, highly developed. The psychology behind it, Arnold later explained that the strategy was by hitting the weakness, you ignore it. By exposing weakness, you are forced to fix it.
You're going to be moving right into calves.
Let's go through some of the best calf exercise variations to build massive, classic diamond-shaped calf. First up, calf presses on the leg press machine. This allows you to load heavy weight while keeping constant tension on the calf. Second, single leg standing calf raises. Training one leg at a time improves balance and helps eliminate muscle imbalances.
Now the calf is a very dense muscle and it's very, very hard to develop. It takes a lot of reps, it takes a lot of weight, and eventually it will respond.
Well, that concludes my calf program. The main thing about calves is you just have to stick with them and eventually they'll grow. Mine were 15 and a quarter a couple years back and now they're about 19, so just stick with it. Good luck.
Third, seated calf raises. This variation targets the soleus muscle, which adds thickness and density to your lower legs.
The other exercise I use for calf development is the seated calf raise. So important for that flaring outer head that I need. I really concentrate on taking each of the 5 sets I do here to the limits. This isolates the soleus muscle, which is right under the gastrocnemius, or calf proper. Since full development of the soleus is so important for that flaring outer head that I need, I really concentrate on taking each of the 5 sets I do here to the limits. My foot position is 5 to 6 inches apart, with the feet pointed straight ahead. I go pretty heavy on the first 2 sets and use descending sets, with my partner stripping the plate on the last 2 or 3 sets. I keep the reps around 15, like on the donkey raises, going for 8 extra reps with each weight reduction. Now let's see that again.
It works the soleus muscle, which is on the outside of the calf, runs underneath the gastrocnemius, which is the outer muscle. If you flex up, it looks like a heart when you flex on your toe. Okay, this muscle gives, the soleus gives your calf that diamond appearance, gives it a nice flare. So that's the first thing we'll do.
I'll go back to what Arnold said. Arnold gave me the best tip in the world. He says, if you got a problem with your calves, train them 6 days a week, 1 exercise, 5 sets of 20, as heavy as you can go. Blast them. They're so dense. They're so strong. So shock them.
This is the 5th set coming, and we finish off with the lighter set at the end.
Fourth exercise, the true classic donkey calf raises. You rarely see people doing these today, but they hit the calves from a unique angle and create an incredible deep stretch. Try them and you'll immediately feel the difference compared to standard raises.
Donkeys are my basic movement for overall calf growth. I think it's superior to the standing calf raise because of the bent over position, puts the gastrocnemius on stretch even before you drop your heels. This simply means more intense contraction, which I love.
Anybody sit on your back and you're doing 5 sets of 20, because see, that's all we did. All get on your back for 20 reps. All of Franco and all will get on your back for 20 reps, and you got to get 20 reps. That heavy weight, the body's on your back, hey, it's nothing like it.
People in the gym today laugh, oh my, that was a stupid exercise. You know, it worked, and that's what we did in the 70s, and that's what brought the calves up. It's a hard muscle to build. It takes time, but it sure balances out your body, and it looks really good when they're developed. You put a pair of shorts on your calves, they look great.
I get 15 reps. This after 15, the guy drops off, and I continue for another 10 painful reps. More excruciating reps. Almost 30 torturous reps per set. Let me tell you, this gets blood down there. Hold and squeeze hard at the top, and hold the stretch at the bottom. Keep your knees straight throughout most of the set until you can't continue. Then bend them and cheat up a couple more reps for the finishing touch. The burn is like having dry ice pumped into your calves.
And the last exercise to build big, classic calves, standing calf raises. In the golden era of bodybuilding, lifters trained calves with brutally heavy weight. You would see standing calf raises loaded with up to 1,000 pounds. The philosophy was simple. Calves are incredibly strong muscles that you already use the whole day when walking, so you have to challenge them with serious resistance.
We worked calves every day, as many reps as possible. I didn't even count reps. I think it was like, could have been 20, could have been 15, could have been 25. But whatever you felt you could do, you would do. So if you were training 5 days a week, I hit calves 5 days a week.
And on the machine calf raises, we did 1,000 pounds and stuff like that. And it was like the most brutal wake-up call that I've ever had. I mean, my body was shaking. I was not used to that at all.
We're arriving at the destination.
You know, this isn't as easy as it looks.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Which means if I want to increase one muscle a half inch, the rest of the body has to increase. I would never just make one muscle increase or decrease.
Calves were treated with the same intensity as any major muscle group. Trained heavy, trained often, and never skipped. You see that kid on the left, you know who that is? That's a kid who would later in life be given the nickname the Quadfather.
You look at the great bodybuilders, and like Tom Platz, as soon as you're Tom Platz, you think about legs. Yeah. To this day, he still has the best legs ever. You know, I've been lucky to be compared to Tom Platz, but he still has the best legs ever.
Moral of the story. Some of the best legs to this day were made in the 70s, with mainly just a barbell and old school methods.
Tom Platz's first Mr. Olympia competition, and here he hits a thigh shot. He's really known for his incredible thighs. He probably has the most muscular thighs I've ever seen.
I found that if I really trained intense and almost insane leg workout like you saw me do it, it was every 2 weeks, the most.
Yeah, it couldn't be every other day.
That's bodybuilding. That's where it always will be. That's what it always has been, and people forgot.